Good evening, everyone. So I did say today that I would do video 2 of my little, I don't know really, my little videos about mental health and struggles and things like that. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. So today is video 2. I said as well, I don't know if you saw the post, I was struggling a bit today and it's been a hard few days. Christmas is always hard for me. Being ill over Christmas this year has not been great, but normal Christmases have not been the best throughout my childhood and adulthood, really. Ongoing thing. So, I said to you in this video that I would talk about my journey and where I've been and how it's been for me mental health wise, and that's probably where I'm going to start off first. So, I always struggled a bit making friends at school, that usual, outcasty, being ginger doesn't help, etc. Kind of didn't really find my place in the world until I found basketball, and then that's another video for another day. But yeah, I always felt a sadness and couldn't really find happiness in anything. Being an only child was tough, and I guess through key stages of my life, I've never really had that stability at home or that stability within a friendship group that I can kind of rely on a little bit. Just because I've pushed people away because I thought I was different and I thought I was weird and I didn't really like myself, so I didn't really know how people could like me. And it's continued on into my adulthood, even up to today. Like doing this blog and video, I feel a bit weird putting myself out there, talking about, the big, mental health saga. But so yeah, throughout my adult life, it's hindered me back. Jobs and opportunities that I could have had. I guess the biggest thing for me I can really talk about is you're always looking for that gratification of you're doing something well, because that kind of gives you the boost that you need. And I guess when you don't get it, you push yourself to get it, and then you make yourself ill, and then you're back to square one, and then you lose your job or you lose that opportunity. And that's kind of where my journey's been for a long time, is pushing myself to be the best that I can be, not accepting who I am and not accepting that this is probably as far as I can go and that's okay, and then having a breakdown and having to start again. It happens in relationships, it happens in my work life, it's happened in my basketball life. I'm always looking for that gratification of who I am as a person, I guess, and I've never really found it enough for it to stay long enough for me to get over the hump of being mentally ill, I guess, or having this little difficulty, as I like to call it. It's not mentally ill, it's a struggle, it's a blip you've got to get over. So yeah, I guess that's where I am today. Growing up in a 2-parent household, it wasn't the best environment to be around. Lots of things I've seen that I don't need to go into. Everyone has their own personal journeys like that they keep in the closet or whatever. But yeah, it's been not the easiest. And then as you get older and you find out more things, you do research into mental health. I didn't know that mental health was hereditary. And if there's a mental health disease within your family, you're more than likely to have it or to get it. There's a massive history in mine, on both sides of my family. And that's a big thing, is there's a lot of us that are struggling in my family, but we all kind of isolated ourselves off. But we're all trying to reach out a little bit now, which is nice. It's nice to see that we can do that, but it is difficult to reach out when you feel alone, or you don't want to be like feeling low again. So that's nice that we are eventually all reaching out to each other. I guess as well, it's the stigma of having it, like of getting that diagnosis and being, you are mentally ill, or you have got a little bit of a difficulty that you're trying to get through, and the society doesn't really know how to handle it yet, especially from a male point of view, but also from just a general point of view as well. I've known a few women that suffer with mental health that still don't get the help that they need. So it's not a man thing really, it is a general mental health condition and problem, I would say. Help that's out there, it's not great. Each government that have got in have not done their bit, I guess, but that's not really on them. I guess it's on the NHS and their funding, and they are underfunded, and it is tough. There are people you can reach out to. The Samaritans are really good. I've reached out to them a few times. But mainly you have to rely on each other and yourself, and that's hard. That's a hard thing to get through, is to rely on yourself, especially when you don't like yourself at times. That's when you've got to really dig deep and find those things that keep you grounded, keep you, you keep pushing through, I guess. And that's really tough sometimes when you feel alone in your darkest area and you're like, I've got no one but myself, but I don't like myself, so who am I doing this for? And that's where you get to. So that's a bit of a shitty one, but you do kind of deal with it, and sometimes you get over it and some people can't, and that's the sad aspect of this, is not everyone can get through it or wants to get through it in the end, and you can see why people give up. I can see why people give up. It's a long, hard journey, and it sucks. It is a daily battle, and some people just don't want to do it anymore, and that's okay, but it's not okay, if that makes sense. You don't want to hurt anyone you leave behind, but the pain sometimes is a lot. It is a lot. But yeah, I guess that's my journey so far, without going into too much detail. Is I am here today. I'm still here. I'm still trying every day to be better, to push myself to be a better human, I guess, and to try and beat this mental health issue. It is a problem. It is something I'll deal with for the rest of my life. Oh, that's one thing I want to go into. You can try all the medication, all the talking therapy, and it's what works for you, really. I've been through it a lot with the medication. Not a lot really works or touches it. The therapy helps, talking. CBT therapy for me, cognitive behaviour therapy, didn't really work, because they were telling me when you feel down, just get up and get dressed. I don't want to get dressed if I'm down. I just want to stay in bed all day. So that didn't really work for me, but talking to people helps. Obviously for me, basketball's a big thing. If I can't play that, my mental health goes down the dunny. But yeah, so that's probably going to be the end of my first video. Only a quick one, really, just to give you a basis of my journey and where I'm at now. And my plan for going forward is just to keep on doing these videos, keep trying to be a better person every day, and to just see what happens in life, really, and try and flow with the punches a bit more. And that's what I should be doing. So thank you all for watching if you took the time. Hopefully next video again, I might have somebody on. It might just be me talking for a little bit, but hope you all had a nice Christmas, and I will see you all in the new year. Take care, guys, and remember to be you.